I'm saying, I'm trying to give a hypothetical about when this is your stated goal and you try to achieve it in ways that are so destructive to actually meeting your goal, then you have a different goal than you think you do. And that's the deal here. You can say your goal was inclusion and tolerance and a celebration of life and love and relationships, but when you chose to execute these objectives to meet your goal in ways that were so unproductive and unhelpful to your actual goal, then either you're a liar and that wasn't your goal, you had a different goal, like you had a different stated goal. Some of you may not know this, but my background is functional behavior. And so whether I'm looking at scripture or culture, I'm always looking at why are we doing it the way that we're doing it? Why are we not doing it another way? Here's one of the things that I thought was really interesting and really revealing that we should, like, again, unapologetically be pointing out to others. All of the statements that kind of sheepishly acknowledge, well, yes, we did this and it may have offended, but our point was really to celebrate relationships and inclusion and diversity and whatever lame excuse you want to give when you get caught doing something stupid that got more than the attention that you wanted to get. Here's the thing about that. When we state our goal and then we execute our goal in only the ways that are the most damaging and the least helpful to accomplishing our goal, we should question, was that really the goal? Here's what I mean by that. They're going to say that this was really a celebration about tolerance and inclusion, and it was meant to make everybody feel welcome. Well, it didn't. And it didn't because though that's your stated goal, the way you chose to get to your goal was to alienate and offend huge swaths of the population, to portray yourselves in such unflattering ways and do extreme damage to your country, yourselves, and your goal, your cause of tolerance and inclusion. When you have chosen to seek your goal in a way that is so antithetical to actually achieving your goal, me noticing that and thinking to myself, it seems like maybe there was another goal. That's not me being unkind. That's being observant. When you say that my goal is to have a great marriage, but then you treat your wife so poorly and are so abusive emotionally and so degrading and purposely hurtful and unkind, and then she leaves you, and you keep saying, well, but my goal was to have a really happy and healthy marriage, and your wife left you. And again, this is not a blanket statement about divorces. I'm saying, I'm trying to give a hypothetical about when this is your stated goal and you try to achieve it in ways that are so destructive to actually meeting your goal, then you have a different goal than you think you do. And that's the deal here. You can say your goal was inclusion and tolerance and a celebration of life and love and relationships, but when you chose to execute these objectives to meet your goal in ways that were so unproductive and unhelpful to your actual goal, then either you're a liar and that wasn't your goal, you had a different goal, like you had a different stated goal. You can say whatever you want to say, but what you did was offensive, hurtful, alienating, damaging, and extremely exclusionary. I think maybe that was your goal. Like that actually was the goal. Or you had, in your pride, so lost sight of what you were trying to do and what you actually did that you were blinded by pride and could not see that you didn't come anywhere near to celebrating life and love and relationships or tolerance and inclusion. You became a pariah because your behavior was so reprehensible. Like, that's how functional behavior works. When something really is a goal, you do whatever it takes to meet the goal. And when it's not, it's just lip service and you purposely do things that are the opposite of that. That's pretty revealing about what the actual goal is. Think about that in terms of politics. When our politicians and our leaders say, well, this is the goal, except it achieves none of those things. It achieves the opposite of those things. And we either keep saying, well, but we're still trying, or we refuse to acknowledge that we have not met the goal yet. We've actually met the opposite of the goals. Like, those are all nefarious and deceptive things. That is deceit. That's deceit, and that's manipulation. And noticing it and being keen about it is not an unkindness. It's being a fairly objective observer of behavior and life, and like what grown-ups do. There you go.